I'm Michelle. Welcome to another video. Today we're going to be making these beaded beads, and in the next video I'll be doing a tutorial using these beads in jewelry, probably earrings, and I'm going to make them earrings. Hopefully they go along, you know, with the theme of Seaside Zen. That this is the products we got in May's Potomac's Best Bead Box. So I made this multi-strand bracelet, and here's the ammonite beads, and these are so cool. They look, you know, olive, but then when you look at them through the light, which is not going to happen, they look almost this color, this turquoise green color. They're transparent. Alright, so let me move that side. We're going to be making these. So what you're going to need, I'm going to put the material list in the description box below, and it's also going to be right here, right now. And you're going to need, if you're going to make the 2 beads, you're going to need 20 of the Cali beads, and that's about, there's just a couple left over. 20 of the Cali beads. You're going to need 10 of the Stormduos, and I used 2 different colors of 11 seed beads. You know, the 11 seed beads that we got, I never thought about it, but these would have really probably, instead of the silver, the ones we got in the box, would really set that bead off as well. That Stormduo, accent it well and go well with the bracelet. So, but the bracelet also has silver. So anyway, so that's what you need. You need a size 10 beading needle and some Fireline, about an arm span and a half Fireline. Come back and we'll get started. Okay, so we've got for one bead, it's going to take 5 Stormduos, 10 Cali beads. I'm using 2 different colors of 11 seed beads. I'm using a size 10 beading needle and about an arm span and a half of Fireline. I've got about a 6-inch tail to sew in, and so let's start off by picking up one Cali bead. There's 3 holes in a Cali bead. Pick it up by one of the end holes, and then I'm using metallic olive and galvanized silver. So I'm going to pick up my color A. These are going to go around the top of the bead, and then the color B is going to accent and show off that Stormduo better than the olive wood. So let's pick up. Okay, we've got one of each. Then we pick up a Cali bead, color A, Cali bead, color A, Cali bead, color A, Cali bead, color A. So here's what we have. We started off with a Cali bead, and we ended with a 11 seed bead. And there's 5 of each. Alright, so bring them around in a circle, join them in a circle by going up through that bead. My camera corrupted. It was, my SD card was corrupted. Luckily I had another one, so I joined them in a circle, and I came up, brought it around, came up through that first bead, skipping that stop bead, came up through that first Cali bead, and went around and reinforced twice. Okay, so here we are. So get there, come back, we'll do the next step. Okay, we've brought the beads around in a circle. We reinforced twice to make them nice and sturdy. And we're coming out of that center hole, not the center of the Cali bead, but the center of the unit. The first hole on the Cali bead, we're going to skip the middle hole, and we're going to go up through the end hole in that Cali bead. Okay, just like that. That same bead was coming out of, we went the opposite direction up through the center, the outer hole. Then we're going to pick up 111-0, 1 Stormduo, 111-0, just like that. And we'll just jump over and go through the outer hole of that next Cali bead. Make sure they're in there right. Pick up an 11-0, Stormduo, 11-0, and taking care to skip that stop bead. Oops, it's over top. Let's see. Let me get it correct. Taking care to skip that. We're gonna jump over to the top of the next Cali bead. And like that. Okay. It's kind of harder with that stop bead there. Just make sure you get it pulled tight. Alright, 11-0, Stormduo, doesn't matter how you pick those up, 11-0, and we're going to jump over into the next Cali, the tip of the next Cali bead. Oops, skip one because it was in, make sure you get the very next one. And do that all the way around with the 11-0, Stormduo, 11-0, and into the tip of the next Cali bead. 11-0, Stormduo, 11-0, and into the tip of the next Cali bead, and just go through a couple more beads because we're going to reinforce. It's going to want to turn in like a, half of a bead. See, oops. See, if you didn't see that I hope I was on screen. I just added an 11-0, Stormduo, 11-0 in between the tip of each Cali bead. Came through. Now we're going to go reinforce. And go all the way around. Okay, reinforcing this row we just added. Come back and we'll do the next step. This is where we're at. We're coming out of the, you need to be coming out of, that inner hole of that Stormduo. And we're going to do the same thing we did with the Cali beads. We're just going to go up into the next hole of that same Stormduo. We're going to reverse directions. It so happens. And the bottom's going to be rounded. See that? The bottom's rounded. The inside's like a cup. We're going to pick up a color bead, a Cali bead, in either hole on the edge, and a color bead, like this. We're coming out of the tip of that Stormduo on the inside there, so you need to go through the that next Stormduo on that side. And pull my tail up. 11-0, Cali bead, 11-0, and just go into the tip of the next Stormduo. And that'll pull that up. 11-0, Cali bead. 11-0 is our color B. Go to the tip of the next Stormduo. Cali, 11-0. I wonder where that got its name. Cali. It's this tail thread coming out of that tip of that Stormduo, jumping to the next tip of the next Stormduo. Oops. Yeah, that's right. That's right. It was just, you know, it was just laying wrong, and I thought it was wrong, but that's right. Make sure you keep them pulled tight. You know, like this. That's how we want it. And so, 11-0. Cali, 11-0. This will be the last one. So we're going to go through that opposite side of that very first Stormduo that we went through. And we got to reinforce, so we'll go through as many as we can. Oops. Come on. There we go. And pull that snug, and there these of course want to flip in, but there we have that. So we want to go around and reinforce that row again. Okay, just go all the way around here. Again, come back and we'll do the next step. Alright, here's what we have. Okay, and that's the bottom, and that's going to be the top. So we're coming out of this Cali bead here. We're going to jump up into that hole on the edge of the tip of the Cali on the outer tip. Trying to keep the tail thread out of the way. And then we're going to pick up color A, 11-0, go through the tip of the next Cali bead. Color A, go through the tip of the next Cali bead. Color A, go through the tip of the next Cali bead. Believe it or not, I don't live in a bird sanctuary. It's just, you know, we're surrounded by trees. Color A, go through the tip of the next Cali bead. Color A, go through the tip of the next Cali bead and come through that next 11-0 and pull. We want to tighten this end like that. So we want to go back through and reinforce that row. Coming through every bead in that row, which is Cali beads and 11-0s. You know, these beads are pretty nice and sturdy, so we don't have to put a bead in the center, which is, I like that. I like that open, kind of open look. If it stays put, you know, if it don't cave. It's still a little squishy right now, but we got to go down to the center and fix that. So let's come through a Cali bead, okay, and then come down through the bottom hole, and only the bottom, only the Cali bead. Here we go. Okay, now we're working. The two Cali beads meet in the center, and we're just going to be working through the Cali beads. We're coming out over here. We're going to jump down to the bottom, go through that hole in the tip of that Cali, only the Cali bead. Pull. We're going to sew these two Cali beads together so they're not open. See, like that. Then we'll come down through this 11-0. Stormduos 11-0. And the Cali bead. And then we're coming out here on the bottom. We're going to go through the top. Helicopter. I'll be right back. Sorry, I misspoke. I'm coming out of the bottom. We're going to go up through the bottom. I believe I said the top, because that I was getting distracted. And then we're going to come back down through that Cali bead and the 11-0. Make sure those are together, nice and tight. And then we're going to come through the Stormduos 11-0. And then the Cali. Okay, and then we'll go back up through the next Cali bead. Coming out the bottom over here. So we're going to go up through the bottom. And we're going to come out the top, we're going to go down through the top of the other one. They're getting pretty tight. That's good, but it's hard to work. Okay, and pull. Oops. Until those two Cali beads are so tightly together. I went through the 11-0, now we go through the Stormduos 11-0 and the Cali bead. And coming out the bottom, we'll go up through the bottom of the next one. Try to make sure your thread goes up by the Calis and not around the 11-0s. And then down through the top. We're coming up the top, one down through the top, and the 11-0 Stormduos, 11-0 and Cali. We're coming up the bottom. And that bead on the right. Come up through. The one on the left. And down through. Back down through the one on the right. And, you know, make sure those are nice and tight. That's going to give our bead some structure. I believe that was the last one. Let me see. Yes, that was the last one. So, we come through the Stormduos, the 11-0, the Stormduos, the 11-0. We'll work our way back to the top by going through the Cali. Trying to get this 11-0. Gosh, they're tight now. Well, I went ahead and came through the 11-0. I'll just back out of the 11-0. And we're coming out of this bottom hole with the Cali bead. We'll jump through the top hole with that Cali bead. And I got the 11-0 as well. Okay, and this is where we'll sew off. So we'll go under that thread bridge between the two beads, pull down, pull your line until you have a small loop. If you have a large loop, it's easier to get tangled. Go through that loop, pull down till you have a half hitch knot, and then go through the next bead. Or two, whatever your needle goes through. Okay, go under the thread bridge. Needle through that loop, pull down till you have half hitch knot. And go through that next bead. It pulls that knot up into the bead. Oops. Okay. And we can do it again a few more times. And then do your tail thread the same. See, you gotta be careful. Pay attention, because I think mine went on the wrong side of the bead. But anyway, and like I said, do this thread, finish tying off, and then tie off your tail thread, and I think we got a nice, perfectly shaped bead that we don't have to put a bead in the middle of, and we can use it for anything. We can use it for earrings, and as a matter of fact, I will be doing a tutorial next on using these in a pair of earrings. Okay, so sew your thread off, come back, and we'll look at our beads. And here we are. Here's our beads, and there's the top view, and there's the side view. Let me hold them. It's going to be nice in a pair of earrings, so keep your eyes out. The tutorial for a pair of earrings using these is going to be coming up soon. And I'm trying to kind of make them to match this bracelet. I don't know if I showed it to you or not, since my camera was acting up and I had to try so many times. So here's the bracelet I made from the box. And so I mean, I know that turquoise isn't really, if it would have been blue like that, kind of bluish, be better, but you know, that's a mix of seaside colors, so hopefully I can come up with something that goes well with the bracelet as well. So I hope you enjoy making these beaded beads, and I'll see you in the next video.